All right, ladies and gentlemen, boils and ghouls, how is everybody doing? We are going to watch and talk about a fun creature feature monster movie that I haven't seen in a long time. I can't remember the last time I saw Slither from 2006. What's up, Ant? How you doing? What's to 2009 in my memoirs? Oh, awesome, dude. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. You're working on your memoirs. That's cool. You're up to 2009. That's impressive, dude. It's a lot of work so far. What are your plans for it afterwards? You're gonna try to like release them, like when you finish. I guess you're going through your whole life because that's a great project, man. Happy for you. Have you seen Slither? I was saying I don't remember the last time I saw this movie. It's been years, but we have the great Michael Rooker in here, even though he's not in it too much. But I mean, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is a classic, and I mean, everything that Michael Rooker has done that I've seen him in, and then The Walking Dead brought him some more popularity and brought him back into the public eye a little bit. Release, okay, you plan to release some cool. So Captain America, Brave New World, that was awesome. Nice. I've never big into the any really superhero movies, like for that matter. I've never been like a big comic or superhero fan. Like I like Tim Burton's Batman from '89 and Batman Returns, and a few like the Spider-Man trilogy from Raimi, and there's a few here and there, but I haven't watched actually like a superhero movie or Marvel DC movie probably in a decade or more. But I mean, it's amazing what they did with all those movies. I mean, they really just keep those universes going, whether they're good or not, or people like the movies or not. Because it seems like the whole universe is the I don't even know what the DC is different, right, than the MCU and stuff. But I mean, whatever universe you're talking about, I know that there are people who are fans of them that are kind of complaining with the last few movies that they kind of went downhill. Didn't they do like a whole multiverse thing? I guess time went on. They started like expanding like into the multiverse in those movies, so then they can like bring characters back that died. Or, I mean, it sounds good on paper. I don't know how they pull it off. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of those, but I don't know. The last time Oh, who else is in Elizabeth Banks? That's right. Was blanking on her name. She was pretty big around this time, and it's directed by James Gunn, which I forget other movies that he did. Well, that's what I got a phone for. Let me check. 'Cause he put out a few other good movies. I think he also like worked on Mars Attacks. I mean, he went on to do a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, didn't he? You would know that. I just pulled this stuff up now. That's right. It started with Trauma with Trauma's never a Trauma fan. Tromeo and Juliet, which I've heard of. Yeah, then the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, that's right. Suicide Squad too. So I mean, this is an earlier movie from him, and it's I should have looked the budget up. Whatever. I forget what the budget was for this movie, but pretty sure this did. He's doing Superman. I just saw Superman. Something mentioning it when I looked it up. So yeah, I guess that's right. They're doing a new Superman movie, right? So he's doing it. That's cool. I mean, it's good to see his career. Pretty much, the guy blew up. I mean, look at the projects he's been doing the last 10, 15 years or so. This was 2006, Slither, and I think that was his second movie. Still have that page up. Yeah, because he did the screenplay. He wrote for trauma movies, including Romeo and Juliet. This might have been his directorial debut. let's say director. Yeah, this was his directorial debut. Wasn't sure, but for those who haven't seen it, and then I wait as people come in and want to see it, I put the look movie link if people want to watch along. If not, it'll just be the usual me dissecting this movie as I watch it scene by scene. But for those who haven't seen it, like I said, I haven't seen it forever. I don't remember a lot of this movie, but it's basically just a creature feature. We get these worm-like creatures. I think they're from space, right? Yeah, and they take over Michael Rooker's character, and then he starts infesting people. And basically, there's like a breakout of these worm-like parasite alien creatures on this town. Which I mean, this is a horror comedy, so there's a decent amount of funny stuff in here, and I remember most of it working for me. So I'm gonna start this in like 2 minutes, and we'll get to go and talk in this movie. And then what else do I want to? Who else is winning those other polls? Because I put up a poll I want to do because I'm upstate till Thursday. I'm going back home Thursday. I'm upstate with my daughter and my family. And I wanted to do a watch on Tuesday night, which I'm pretty sure we have a clear winner in the poll. I'll wait probably the end of the weekend to call it. But it looks pretty safe to say that Tales from the Crypt Demon Night is going to win the watch along for Tuesday night, which was all anthologies. Surprising. I thought Trilogy of Terror might have been closer than it was. This one won the poll pretty by a big margin. We had Grizzly from 76, Feast from 2006, and The Void from 2016 that went up against Slither here. And Slither, got like almost half the votes. And then we had one more poll up for next Saturday, which Cabin Fever is winning pretty decent lead. Cabin Fever, House of the Devil from Ty West, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, and another Eli Roth film with Hostel. I don't know why I put two Eli Roth films. I guess I had him on my mind when I was going through that. But I'm going to get this movie started in a minute. People will come in if they want to chuck it on. I have the link, again, pinned in the chat there. All right, let's get this going. Volume might be a thing, whatever. Hey, what's going on, Liv? How you doing? It's been a little bit since I've seen you. Happy, hope you had a great holiday season. Happy New Year and all that jazz, and happy Valentine's Day yesterday. Time traveling. I might have to lower this. Give me 1 second. All right. Had to fix it. I can't find the fucking remote for the TV up here at the house upstate. So I had to fucking get up and fix it. Yes, I know it has. It's good to see you as always. If you want to watch along, I threw the Look movie link up. We were talking Slither from 2006. Yeah, they are from space. That's what I remembered. You see the meteor at the beginning here dropping to Earth. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this movie more than like twice. So this will be a fun one to revisit here. Not the best with the CGI with the meteor coming in, but I mean, 2006. That's one thing I do remember. That this movie has a decent blend of practical effects, some pretty good, pretty damn good practical effects with visual effects and CGI. That, from what I remember, don't look doesn't look too bad throughout this. And meteor just hit the earth. We got two cops chilling out. Oh, we get some like Sam Raimi Evil Dead cam. Excuse me. Like heavy Evil Dead cam with the title card. That's cool. And then the little thing hatches. You never saw Slither? Yeah, I don't remember it much. Like I said, it's been a while, but I did just notice a little. Oh wow, there's a lot of references here that I never noticed. It just said Henenlotter on a banner. Henenlotter something. Frank Henenlotter. I love all his movies. Then it said R.J. McCready's Antique Shop or whatever, one of those store names. That was cool seeing that. I never saw the. I might have caught the McCready thing last time, but I don't think I never saw the Henenlotter thing. That's cool. It's like a fun horror comedy creature feature live from 2006 with Elizabeth Banks and the great Michael Rooker. Although he's not in this like too much, but he kickstarts like the story for the most part. What have you been doing this weekend so far? Anything fun? Yeah, this is around when Elizabeth Banks was in like everything. A lot more comedies. This kid is in class. She's a teacher. He's drawing her like naked. And this girl sitting next to him notices. Now I'm gonna be looking at all like store names and shit for references to other horror movies. And there's Michael Rooker. Here's the look movie link again. If anyone comes in and wants to watch, throw it on. I'll give the timestamp as usual. I talked to since we have Megan 2.0 coming out in May. I think no June. I think yes June. I talked to Amy Donald's mom earlier today, and so it looks like we might have Amy come back on around the release of Megan 2.0 and have her make a return appearance to talk all about the second movie, which was it was a blast and a fun time having her on to talk about the first one. Michael Rooker is so great. And then what else do we have coming up? I'm still waiting. I'm going back and forth with Andrew Devoff trying to get a date scheduled. Last I talked to him was like a week ago, and he said, let's try to do something at the beginning of the month and or like the second week of the month, third week of the month. So waiting to hear back from him, which I'm definitely going to ask him to do the Jin Wishmaster garbage compactor voice. I got to get back to one of the producers of Terrifier 3 and I think 2 also. Jessica Dubois, I think that's how you say her name. She wants to come on. We'll talk to the Terrifier movie some more. And I talked to Lauren Marie Taylor, which I talk to her every now and then. We've became friendly since I had her on twice, and asked if she wanted to come on and do like a top horror movie list ranking, like me and her listing off our top horror films, or a genre or something like that. Because me and her and a few others have been talking about like starting a podcast. It's a whole thing. When it's more definitive, like, and it's like actually forming and shaping, it's in like the seedling stages of brainstorming. But like when we actually have like something starting, I'll release more information about it when I know, basically. But asked her if she wanted to come on and do something like that. She said because she's never seen all the Friday the 13th movies. She's only seen like 5 of them, 6 of them. So she said, yeah, I'd love to. She's like, well, maybe I'll watch the rest of the Friday movies and then we can rank them. I said, that would be cool if you can find the time to rewatch the whole franchise, basically. So she said she's going to start rewatching them. So it'll be cool to have her on to go through the whole franchise. Yeah, Michael Rooker's character is kind of like a total douche in this movie. He's dating Elizabeth, or they're married, I think, right? They're married, but he's cheating on her and fucking around with this chick he picked up at the bar. He plays scumbag characters so well. Actually, I can't think of many or any off the top of my head Michael Rooker roles of him playing like a really nice guy. His laugh too. He has a very I don't know, he's very charismatic. And he's about to get fucked by all these parasitic alien worms and taken over. I know this movie. I remember that this movie gets insane. Like the third act or so, with some of the effects and like some of the stuff that happens, like it really starts getting insane, but in like a fun, absurdist way. That's right. They're in the woods now. He sees the thing that crashed, landed to Earth, and of course, immediately just start fucking around with the thing that you don't know what it is with a stick and stuff. Nothing. What's the worst that can happen? I do like the designs of the worm creatures, for lack of better terms, versus the next thing that came to mind, which would be the ones from the Dreamcatcher, the Stephen King adaptation. That movie's kind of rough. Hey, 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 hey! What's up? The cat is in the house. What's up, Patrick? Yes, we have the Midnight Society Clash of the Titans special episode coming up on the 23rd, right? And that will be a very interesting and fun one. I have to rewatch the 13th Warrior sometime soon. I don't have to rewatch Last of the Mohicans at all, but I will, just to have it, just to get into the spirit. But yes, it'll be between those two films, two just amazingly made movies. Patrick will be taking 13th Warrior, and I will be taking my second favorite movie ever made, The Last of the Mohicans by Michael Mann. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun talking those two films. Because this is another episode of Clash of the Titans where both of these movies are just fantastic, and we both love both of them. Even if I haven't seen 13th Warrior that many times, and that's been a while, it's an excellent movie. Kind of like with our Fast Times at Ridgemont High and American Pie one. How we both, there wasn't really a clash like that one or something like that. What, tomorrow? For the Clash of Titans? I thought it was the 20 something we said. It's on the, I mean, tomorrow works, but I have it on the thumbnail, the 23rd, Sunday the 23rd at 8, right? Yeah, Elizabeth Banks is looking very, very fine in this movie. Hold on. That's right. Michael Rooker returns all fucking possessed by these parasites. Pat, what do you think of those cat, gnat, bat photos? Those were fun getting those made up. I don't know what she sees in Michael Rooker here in this movie. Oh, there you are. I was looking for something, couldn't find it. Yeah, he says it's just a bug bite. Don't look like a bug bite. And she just shrugs it off like it's fine. This takes place in South Carolina, which we always see like these creature features stuff take place in the country or more remote areas. I mean, Cloverfield is one I can think of off the top of my head, but we don't see a lot of creature features taking place in like big ass cities or anything like that. Yeah, I just messaged you, Pat, on Instagram. Michael Rooker's expressions are hilarious. Oh, that's right. It makes him like crave meat in like a weird way. He just like wants raw meat. Can't believe that I forgot that it was Yeah, that's fine. I was just because I made the thumbnail and stuff, and I remembered because I make sure not to get it wrong. So I look, I said, I know he said the 23rd, and then I just checked, and I just wanted to make sure. So, but I said that tomorrow would have been all right. I'm up with my daughter, but 4 p.m. is fine. Anytime is fine on the 23rd. I mean, even if you want to do it a little earlier, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it doesn't matter to me. I mean that would be even better that time because we can we have all our friends across the pond that'll be around and awake. That's why I like doing afternoon premieres and streams. Have you seen this movie, Pat? Slither? This movie doesn't get talked about a lot. Oh, that's right. This is when he starts like his face starts twitching out and stuff. Yeah, there are really good effects in here that I remember. We have naked Elizabeth Banks in the shower, but the door's fogged up. That looks really cool. The tentacles coming out of his chest. He's standing outside the shower. She's showering, has no idea he's there, and these tentacles just come out of his chest. That looks really cool. Yeah, they blend the practical effects and the CGI really well in this movie. That's one thing I remember about it. That's right. And then she turns around and the tentacles, like I guess, just suck back into his stomach, and he buttons himself back up. I don't know how he's not freaking out more. You just had tentacles fucking sprout out of your chest. Unless, like, when you get taken over by this alien parasite, it inhibits you, it calms your ass down during this transition process. What do you realize this? I have no idea. Yeah, so Tuesday night will be, I already forgot, the one that's winning by like 50%. Oh, the Tales from the Crypt Demon Night. Which that one I haven't seen fully in a while. I know I threw it on last year at some point, but I had it on in the background, so I was like half watching it and half doing something else. But that's a classic one. I mean, it's a great anthology. Well, Demon Knight's not really Demon Knight's not the anthology one, is it? Or yeah, it is. Why am I blanking on this? Because that's not cool if it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's the one with Billy Zane. That's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, that one's not. But that one won. So I thought Trilogy of Terror would have been a lot closer. I mean, that's like the horror anthology movie. Oh, I know this guy. I forget his name, this actor. He hasn't been in much. I don't know how people feel on Elizabeth Banks, but I always thought she was a pretty good actress. I think maybe more so comedically. Like I prefer her in comedy roles. I mean, this is a horror comedy, but like full on ones. But yeah, we never see monster movies really too often that are set in like big cities and urban areas, which that was a long while ago. That whole start of that idea. But Cloverfield is like one I can think of. I've never been a big fan of that movie, but so many of these creature feature monster movies we see are in remote locations or in the country or in the middle of nowhere, which a lot of the times makes sense. That's why I like Shivers from Cronenberg. That's a good one. An example of one in an apartment building, like in a city. Oh, that's right. He looks down at the baby, like all creepy. He plays such a creepy role in this. I mean, he's always great at playing these creepy roles. I mean, him as Henry and Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is just, I think, just an iconic role. I can't picture anybody else playing him, playing Henry in that movie, but Michael Rooker, which is why I don't know if I ever saw the sequel. But I know Michael Rooker's not in it. He's played by somebody else, which I can't picture that. Those are cool effects too. He takes his shirt off and his chest like it's coming in and it's all red and shit. The worms are coming out of it. That's cool. This girl is freaking the hell out, obviously. I forgot how much effects are in this actually. That's right. He's like I don't know what exactly. I guess this is how they transplant and spread the parasite. It's leaving his stomach and going into her belly button. That those effects look great too. Like this is a good example of a movie and a monster movie with CGI used well with practical effects versus like the Thing prequel, which is ruined by all the CGI put over the practical effects. That's like my only complaint, and it's a big one with the prequel to the Thing. That's a cool scene. She's like seizing out on the couch after Rooker's character infected her to like country music that's playing on the TV. That's kind of eerie. What's the last movie that she did, Elizabeth Banks? It's been a while since I've seen her. As she started directing too, I think. Yeah, director it says too, and producer. She's over 250 film credits to her name. I'm guessing that includes all mediums. Yeah, it does. Oh, Cocaine Bear. That's right. Yeah. Oh, Pat just said it too. Yeah, yeah. Cocaine Bear. I just read it on the wiki. I forgot most of that movie. I do remember I had a fun time watching it though. Totally forgot that she was in that, which is funny because it's like it harkens back to her doing another monster flick like this one, which I can't believe this movie is almost 20 years old next year. I can't believe the others is 25 years old. I just did the deep dive on that. That's right. The Charlie's Angels reboot. I never saw it. The only Charlie's Angels I ever saw, I think, is the movie that everyone thinks is terrible, which I don't know. I didn't enjoy it really particularly, but I don't remember it. The one with what's her name? You'll know it, but the movie from like the 2000s. I never saw like the original or anything. I like in this movie how when they get taken over by these parasite worms, that he's still like himself. Like the people that get infected, like Rooker's character, they're still like themselves, even though they are taken over and are harboring this parasite and have it inside of them. But he still has like his personality and stuff, even though he does like act taken over, I guess, at times. But it's like a gradual like progression of how he looks and stuff. But I do like how he's not just like a mindless, like he's controlled and he's just mindless and just no personality. He still has his like character personality. I should rewatch Cocaine Bear actually. I forgot all about that movie. I did a review on it, a spoiler free one, I think. And then they put out like Meth Gator and shit like that after that. It's so crazy. Pat, have you seen Fired Up, the comedy from 2009 with what the I always forget his name. Eric Christian Olsen, is that it or something like that? And yeah, the guy. He's in Final Destination 5, the main guy. When they're both on the football team in high school and they go to cheerleader camp for 3 weeks or something like that to just get laid as much as possible. It's such a funny movie. It's a favorite underrated comedy of mine. And me and Matt at Pugwall are going to do a watch along of that sometime soon. Yeah, check it out if you like those type of teen comedies. Kind of like American Pie, like in that vein, but honestly, I mean, I think it's hilarious. I think it might be even better than the sequels to American Pie for sure. It's one of those like lesser known, like Hot Rod with Andy Samberg. It's another like underrated post 2000s comedy that I adore. Elizabeth Banks' character, I forget her name in this. It should say it. Starla, that's right, Starla. She walks in, just the smell like makes her gag. Yeah, Eric Christian Olsen. That is. I always forget his name, but I did get it right. Yeah, on NCIS. I don't think I never saw any of his stuff on there, which I do want to check out actually because I love everything that guy's done. Everything I've seen him in, I should say. But he is hysterical in comedies, and he's a good actor, like in serious roles too. I mean, he was good in the Thing prequel. That's a cool shot. Starla walks on the phone back and forth. She's pacing and she passes the window, and Michael Rooker is right by the window and just appears there. And he's like very transformed now. His face is all fucked up, and she doesn't see him right away. And she's still pacing back and forth. Then she gets back to that window, sees him, and then she freaks out. That's cool. All that camera work. So too ugly for you now. Yeah, I would say so. It's freaking hideous. That's cool. All the effects with the tentacles coming out of his chest stuff look really, really good. They hold up really well. He's trying to infect her, and he rips his shirt off. The tentacles are coming out, trying to get inside of her. That's cool. It's a lot more practical, less CGI than I remember. Well, there's your CGI there. His arm starts stretching and shit. Still practical, but that little arm transformation was computer generated. And of course, we have idiotic cops in this town, like every town in every horror movie. 3 days later, it jumps. That's right. We have like the sheriff here that was with Starla earlier. So this town doesn't even know that what the hell is about to happen to it. I mean, basically, it's just Michael Rooker's character and the girl that he infected. So they have no idea that there's a whole outbreak about to occur. Because they're all trying to figure out what the hell they just saw at Starla's house. They saw Michael Rooker's arm friggin' stretch and him all messed up in the face, and then he just ran out of the room, ran out of the house. So now they say it's dark in the house he couldn't see. It was so bright in that house. All the lights were on, so I don't know what he's talking about, this deputy. That looks cool. I mean, it sucks it's a dog that's ripped in half, but the effect looks cool. They just find it in this field. Oh, then they find the head. Oh, they find a bunch of like gutted animals. Old Michael Rooker's going around just eating animals. I love how they call the killer of these animals Dr. Doolittle. That woman looks like oh, what the hell is her name? Pam from The Office. Jenna Fisher. That's her name. This actress in the background here. And now this whole sheriff station, they're getting armed and ready. And they got insanely big guns and shit. They don't even know what they're going up against yet. Because they probably bring bigger guns if they do. Grant. That's Michael Rooker's character. He's just Michael Rooker to me. So they know that Grant is all fucked up. They know that the girl's missing, the one that he when they were watching TV in that cool scene with the music playing that he infected, she's missing. And they have to bring Grant back alive per Starla's request. Which if I was a cop and I laid one eye on the way that this guy looks, I would, there's no taking him back unharmed. I would be firing away in a panic at something looking like him. I will say the pacing for the first like act or so here is not fantastic. Like it's a little slow. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I was just saying I haven't seen it in forever. I don't remember a lot from this, but it is a very fun creature feature, and the effects are better than I remember. I remember them being like a very good mix of practical and CGI, and yeah, they're holding up very well so far. If you want to watch along, it's the Look movie link. Oh, the cow. How was your Saturday, Jamie? Okay. I'm closer to you than usual since I'm upstate. Yeah, so far it's working for me, and that's what I remembered from. I think I've seen this like twice or so, maybe three times, but I don't think so. But I remember the comedy being like working for me for the most part, and so far it has. I'm like 39 minutes in, 40 minutes in. That's this hello, Jamie. Jamie, if you want to do that fire walk with me, watch along and huge deep dive thing, just let me know when you want to do it because I'm down to do it. Because I'm definitely going to. I want to take my time with the Lynch director dive episode things. That might not come out for a while, but so I want to do that right. And I don't know how much I'm going to have to like check for like copyright for clips and all that type of stuff. So I want to take my time with that. So that'll be a cool way to jump into Lynch whenever you're feeling better. Since I just read that you're sick, so I'm sorry to hear that. Sick has been a long time. Oh, yeah, I was not feeling good a few weeks ago when I was sick. It wasn't the flu. I had a fever and was sneezing and just like fatigue and stuff like that. The fever lasted for like 3 days, something like that. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out when we can do it. I'll message you after this, and we can try to figure it out. Oh, your whole house came down with it. The cats too. Damn it. I hope you guys all get better ASAP. It's never fun being sick. Oh, that's right. They see Grant in the field with naked with the cow. That's a cool effect. He kills the cow. You see something like pop out of his head. The tentacle wraps around the cow. This is like when the effects really start going nuts and things start getting crazy. Like, this is when the pacing picks up considerably for me. I mean, it's not like the first 40 minutes is slow or anything. It's like, all right, good. Now we're finally like at this point, like where shit really starts kicking off. But the comedy and the effects that we see throughout the first 40 minutes, I mean, those help move it along pretty well. And of course, Michael Rooker and Banks do a great job. He looks so cool here. His friggin' smile is like all the way over to here, and he's got tentacles coming out of his head this way. Oh, that looks really cool. Awesome to hear, Jamie. That's great. New camera, new mic, new office chair for your comeback. That sounds great. Glad to see you making a grand comeback. I mean, I had to take a break for like a few weeks. Not like that I was getting burnt out, but just wanted at first I was in like a hardcore music mood. And I was just like catching up on like 2 or 3 series and stuff that I don't really get to watch series often and binge them. So I was doing that. And then I didn't feel like doing reviews. It was mostly reviews. I don't really know if I have anything to say right now until I felt the urge to talk about the others. And now we're back after a much needed little break. That's a cool effect. This guy gets slit by the tentacle in half, and then his body just falls apart like in half. That is cool visual effects. I love it. I'm glad I got to brag earlier because Scarlett lost to me twice in a row in chess, which usually she kicks my ass. I taught her chess, which my dad taught me chess when I was like 4 or 5 years old. When she was 4 or 5 or so, I taught her chess. And we play chess all the time when I'm with her, and she usually beats me decent amount of the time. And so she was like all upset earlier. She's like, "Not fair! You won twice in a row." I am in Pulaski, which is like between Syracuse and Watertown. That's where we have our house up here. And there is a lot of snow up here. Yeah, I figured. I mean, definitely from then on Long Island. Because you're where? Rochester or something like that? Or in that area? Something like that, if I remember right. I love it. I love coming up here and getting out of Long Island. Because, I mean, it's so fucking. I'm just sick of Long Island my whole life. Oh, okay. You're closer to Buffalo. That makes sense. Still closer, yeah, for sure. I mean, you guys always get nailed with snow, yeah. I mean, when I went to school at SUNY Potsdam for 2 years, the snow up there and the cold was just unbelievable. Like it was so bad that like the type of snow, you know, how it is the same in Buffalo and stuff. Like Potsdam was like right up near the Canadian border and shit. You walk outside for 10 seconds and your face is like starts just hurting from the cold. Like, and that's how bad it gets upstate New York. It's so cold when it gets bad like that. Oh, that's right. This girl, she's like the thing from the blueberry kid from Willy Wonka. She's all like huge. Her whole body is like puffed out, and then her head is all like normal size on it. It looks ridiculous, but it does look all right. Like it holds up cool. And she's starving because she ate all those animals. Right? That's what they say. Yeah, because she asked for the piece of the possum. She's eating all these animals. She's so fat. And then she explodes, if I remember right. This guy says, let's get her to a hospital. Yeah, all right, good. The other guy says, the other deputy, what the fuck are you going to do at a hospital for? Yeah, she definitely explodes. Yeah, it rips apart. I mean, that's a lot of CGI. Doesn't look bad though. It's just like noticeable. Like you can instantly tell. That's right. She bursts and all the worms come out. That's a really cool shot actually. When they all come pouring out of this place. Then they go into the guy's mouth. No, of course, Jamie. Get some rest. Drink fluids. Do all the stuff you know to do already. You don't need me to tell you. But do it anyway. Because I want you and everybody to feel better ASAP. So get some rest and feel better. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we'll talk. I'll message you tomorrow and we can try to figure out, or if when you're feeling better, whatever, we'll figure out Twin Peaks when we can do that. But I hope you have as good a night as you can. Hopefully you wake up feeling better. Huh? This guy says tried to get in my mouth. What kind of thing wants you to eat it? Now the worms are loose. And yeah, I really like the design of the worms in this. Or parasitic aliens, whatever you want to call them. Oh, this is the famous bathtub scene. And a very cute homage to Nightmare on Elm Street. Hey, what's up, Shamarlos? How you doing, buddy? You just say Taco Bell. Nice. That's actually one thing where I'm at upstate here. Like there's no Taco Bell. I mean, there is in like the major city, like north of here and south, but where I'm at, there's no like Taco Bells around. Nice, man. If you want to watch along, I can drop the link to the movie on Look Movie. We're like 50 minutes in. Shit just hit the fan. Girl just blew up. And parasitic shits everywhere. How you watching Jeepers Creepers Reborn? That sounds terrible. I hated that movie. That and 3 were awful in my opinion, and a lot of people did not like those movies. I don't know which one I liked uh, less, Reborn or 3. They're both pretty bad. I really love the first one. I love the first Jeepers Creepers. The second one I can have fun with too. There's so much CGI in Reborn. Like it's not even funny. They used a green screen for a guy pissing in the woods. Like instead of just having him piss in the woods, they used a green screen of woods. Yeah, that's right. This one, the worm gets into the bathtub, starts swimming at this girl, climbing on her. She's freaking out. Andale. And down her throat. Almost. That's cool. That's right. I forgot all about this shit. She like is seeing like images in her head that this parasitic life form trying to get down her gullet is showing her, and she's like, it gets its home planet. I mean, that's cool. I forgot all about that. And then she's seeing memories from Grant, Rooker's character, but the worm did not get inside her. Not yet. Yeah, she kills her with a curling iron. That looks cool. Like it starts oozing shit out of it. That's hilarious. She's screaming for her mom. Then her mom just jump scares the hell out of her, and she's bleeding and throwing up blood. That's hilarious. Yeah, the comedy holds up in this movie. Like that doesn't look bad. The CGI of the multiple, like the swarm of, we're just gonna say worms. It's so much fucking easier. Crawling up the stairs doesn't look bad at all. Crawling on the walls and stuff. Like I said, this movie does a very good job of mixing practical with CGI. And for being almost 25 years old, I mean, this mostly holds up very, very well. What else is going on this week? This coming week, I'm not sure if he said any dates, but our buddy Keith over at Goraphobe is going to be doing watch parties of, or watch alongs and discussions of Tarantino movies. So I'll be joining him for a decent amount of those. So I'm not sure when yet, but when I know, I'll post the links on the community tab. We'll be starting with Reservoir Dogs, which I've done videos on it. How many Tarantino movies? Up until Inglorious Bastards, I think. I did Reservoir Dogs. I did Kill Bill 1 and 2. I did Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Inglorious Bastards. And that's it, I think. So I still have like his later films to catch up on and do videos for those. Which, I mean, I love all his movies except for Hateful Eight, which I only remember seeing when it released, and I really didn't care for it, and is my least favorite of his. Yeah, I know he won. I don't know why he's doing. Well, we've talked about doing a Tarantino project for a while, like me and him, but then we never did because he stopped doing stuff for a while. And then now he just announced that he's going to start doing watch alongs. So he said, "You down?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll join. I can watch Tarantino movies whenever." I just did my initial videos on each movie, and then that was it. Move on to the next movie. But I do have to do eventually the Hateful Eight, Death Proof, um, Django, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I know. I mean, you know how it is on most channels. Not most, but like a lot of them that are dedicated to just certain franchises and stuff that are out there, which is great. I mean, if people love those franchises, and I know you're the same way, Pat. I just can't talk about the same movies over and over again. It's got to always be something different. Yeah, I know. I've me and her had that planned like coming on like a year ago, and then she wasn't feeling good. And then we pushed it, and then she wasn't feeling good again because she deals with some chronic stuff, pain issues, and then we just never happened. So she said recently, she said she's down to do it sometime soon. She's back, and she just said she's going to be having a great comeback. So yeah, I'm uh, very excited to talk Twin Peaks with her because I've been trying to think of a way. I've talked to you about it to try to talk about the whole series and cover Twin Peaks for so long since I started the channel. Basically, I didn't know whether to do like long deep dives season by season or episode by episode because I mean the first season only has 8 episodes, so I mean that's not too bad, but 22 episodes for season 2 episodically, that would be a lot. Then 18 for the return, and it's way too loaded uh, with the whole series of Twin Peaks to do like one video or stream on Twin Peaks. Like, there's just no way. Yeah, me too, man. That's yeah, for sure. And that's why I mean this next one's gonna be a blast, just like the other ones. Especially that we're talking two excellent movies, two just awesome. Well, one's a war movie, yeah, like war films, battle films, and just historical pieces is what I was looking for. Just like two historical films that are just excellently made, cast and acted, and yeah, like Last of the Mohicans is my favorite non-horror movie and a deeply personal movie for me. You rewatched it today? Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it soon. It's been a while. I'm excited to rewatch and talk about them. See, now like they act kind of. I was saying like Michael Rooker's character Grant earlier, how he's not like a mindless zombie type person. Like he still had his character traits basically in his personality. Like now, as more of them are getting possessed, like that kind of more mindless and controlled. But it's whatever. It makes sense. I just kind of like that with Rooker's character, that he retained his most of his personality because they're all Grant apparently. Because they're all linked, I think, right? Like the parasites are all linked. This guy just exorcist pea soup vomited all over this other deputy. That's it's like acidic. That's cool. Yeah, I don't remember who did the score for 13th Warrior. I don't remember the score, but I'm sure it's great. Yeah, I mean, everything about that movie was great last time I saw it. And yeah, I mean, Last of Mohican, that score is just so fucking. That's just one of the greatest film scores ever. Goldsmith, right? I wasn't sure if it was Goldsmith. I wanted to say Elfman for some reason, but I said no, it's not Elfman. Yeah, Goldsmith makes a lot more sense. Yeah, so I mean, I don't remember the score. Like I can't think of it in my mind or hear it, but I'm sure it's excellent. Even more so that it's by Goldsmith. That's something else that not Goldsmith, but like composer wise, me and Matt were just talking. Well, Matt messaged me about it. I messaged him back. Uh, he asked me if we wanted to, if I was interested in doing a ranking of our top movies of Claudio Simonetti doing the music for and the score for. So I mean, including him with Goblin, and all Argento's films and all the movies that Goblin scored as band, and Claudio Simonetti solo, and to go rank our like top 10 movie scores by Simonetti, so, and Goblin. So that'll be something in the next few weeks or so. I'm gonna wait for him to get back to me and see when we can set that up. That'll be really fun. His idea too. We might pre-record. We might record it, and he said if you want, like you can. He said if you want, you can play like insert like clips of me playing like the score, like, or a piece of the score and stuff like that before we, like, as we talk about it and shit like that. So we'll see. It might turn into a little project type thing. But always down to talk Goblin and Claudio Simonetti's music. That is true. I'll give it that for sure. So much so to the fact, to the point that I don't even remember the three composers. I don't remember the composers who did the music for Mohegans. I never did. Like, I'm sure I know who they are once you say it, but like I couldn't tell you. All I know is it is fantastic. But I mean, Goldsmith, look at his whole career worth of work and scores. It's he's one of the greatest. See, now they're like full on zombies and shit because they're all Grant in a way. So they're all like Starla and like running after the, not running, they're like walking slow as shit, like zombies. So I don't know. I liked it earlier, like when Michael Rooker's character still had his like quirks and personalities. He wasn't like fully taken over. Shall be there. And guess the score. It's one of my favorite Ennio Morricone scores. Glorious Bastards. Even though it's not originally from that, Tarantino did that all the time. Uses old movie Ennio Morricone scores in his movies. I've been wanting to do a cover of the Beetlejuice theme by Elfman for a while. Like I've learned the piano intro and stuff a while back for it. But that's a lot to learn. Or orchestral scores and stuff like that are very hard to well, for me especially, because I'm not like primarily a keyboard player and I use a loop pedal and I don't have like recording equipment and shit because my mixer has been on the fritz for like 2-3 years. So orchestral scores are like very, that's what I learned my lesson with Psycho when I did the Psycho score cover. That took forever. That took like 2 days of on and off layering and looping parts and shit like that, just because so many different parts and different instruments, string instruments to loop their parts over and stuff. I said, damn. That's why I never attempted the Reanimator theme. Because it's doing all that orchestral type stuff like Bernard Herrmann, adding on top of it the wackiness of the Reanimator theme. trying to figure out what to do next month. That's right. So yeah, we're halfway through the month now. Yeah, I mean, you know me, I can't plan anything unless it's special streams or interviews. Anything else, just because it always depends on my mood. I might not be in the same mood to watch the same movie 6 hours later, let alone like a day or two or a week. Yeah, they are all connected. They flat out say it here. It's a kind of, I mean, this movie's kind of similar, the story to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I mean, very similar, basically. Basically, like super similar. But it's a fun movie. And there's a lot of horror references. Especially cool that I caught that Henenlotter reference at the beginning of the movie that I never noticed. Now, like half the town is taken over or some shit. Most of the sheriff department. What are you thinking so far, Pat, for next month? I was saying earlier in the stream before you got here when Liv was in here that I talked to Amy Donald's mom earlier today when I was traveling, and because we got Megan 2.0 coming out in June, and said if she'd want to ask Amy and see if she wants to come back on, and like when the movie releases or right before release, etc., maybe right after, depending what we want to talk about or what she can say. And she said, yeah, that she'd love to, and let's talk touch base closer to release. So that'll be cool having her back on to talk the second movie. And Lauren Marie Taylor and I were talking, and we might have her come back on and talk and do a ranking of our the order of our least favorite to favorite Friday the 13th movies sometime in the next month or so. So that'll be fun. And I'm still going back and forth with Andrew Devoff, waiting to set a date with him. And besides that, I don't think I really have anyone else. I got to start doing my monthly reach out. Charlie, I'm still waiting to hear back from Charles Band if he wants to come on again. Of course, she has the third release in the new pulp noir line that he started. That's coming out in in a month or something like that. So maybe before that one or when that one's about to drop, we'll get Charles back on. Yeah, I know. It's like I don't either. I gotta start reaching out. I do have Jess. I don't want to get her last name wrong, so I won't say it again. I think it's Dubois, but she's one of the producers on Terrifier 3, and among other projects. But I talked to her; she wants to come on, so she's gonna get back to me. And besides that, it's just like as usual on my channel, expect a bunch of stuff, but expect the unexpected all the time. You never know what to expect, basically. But it'll be entertainment of some kind. Because I do want to finish the other two movies and do deep dives on May and Misery, the other two in my self-made decades of crazy bitches tetralogy, along with The Loved Ones and Possession from 81, which I did those 2 months ago, and I still have to do May and Misery. But since we did that awesome episode and had that great talk about Misery in the last Clash of the Titan episodes, I wasn't like aching to return back to Misery. So that's the reason, if anyone's wondering and sees this replay and stuff and is looking for that Misery video, that's why it's not coming yet. It's basically because me and Pat just did a very good long talk on Misery and Cujo, which if you guys haven't seen that stream, definitely check it out. We had a blast talking those two movies on our Clash of the Titans Midnight Society episode. It's in the Midnight Society Clash of the Titans playlist, so you can check it out there. But Misery and May, those two videos will come in the near future. Maybe within the next month for sure. And then there's some faulty ones that I want to get to. And then I want to get back to the Phantasm series and finally finish that series off, since I only did a video on the original. And that was like a year and a half ago. So we still have Phantasm 2 through 5. Oh, that's right. They're fucking with this guy. This whole town's just got this shit completely. Yeah, the comedy really holds up in this. This movie is more horror, like body horror than comedy. Like this is always that it leans one way or the other unless they really nail the balance perfectly, like an Evil Dead 2 or there's very few movies to do it, like a Reanimator and stuff, like movies that really have that balance of horror and comedy and do it perfectly. Otherwise, movies either tend to lean one way or the other. This is definitely leans more the horror way, but there is a lot of comedy throughout it. A lot of it's darker comedy, so all of it holds up for me. Still want to do a review on the creep tapes, like as a season overview. So maybe expect that at some point. Because I did enjoy that for the most part. Those 6 episodes. I had a few gripes with it and a few issues, but overall, Creep is my favorite found footage movie. Creep 2 is almost as fantastic as the first one. And I just love Mark Duplass. So, I can watch him play that psycho character forever, like in anything. Right? But there are some issues with the show that I had. So I definitely do want to talk that series eventually. This is very Evil Dead right here. And that's very Reanimator Lovecraft right there. The guy opens the door and these giant ass tentacles just grab him by the throat. Again, the effects look very good. See, they even refer to them on the subtitles as zombies. It says zombies. than whatever the fuck they were just saying. They do make them more. I mean, they do have like a mocking personality. Some of them. That's why that was very Evil Dead that last scene. The way that that woman was mocking Starla. But I don't like the idea of them just being like mindless zombies. That's probably my like biggest gripe with this movie. That is cool though, how they are. They're just chomping down on fucking on people here to this music playing. That looks very Romero just now. I mean, this movie has a lot of homages and references and influences that are kind of worn on its sleeve. Like I said, I mean, this whole movie is so body snatchers. And The Thing, and I mean, it's a mix of a lot of movies, but like in the best way possible. I just have my mic muted for a sec while this song plays out. I don't want to get copyright. All right. Yeah, that music, that's a popular song. So I don't know how loud the volume is. But the effects just there look fantastic. She walks in. That was Grant, right? He's just, and huge. The design on him, how fucked up he looks, the tentacles and stuff. All of that looks great. Okay, so that's right. They're all joining together, kind of like, yeah, like society, like the shunting scene. Like that's exactly what this looks like right now when I'm watching. That's what I mean. This movie, like it has its influences right there for you to see in a very, very fun way. But I mean, that was straight out of society from Brian Yuzna. So I guess they start this parasite starts as one organism, like when it landed and it took over Michael Rooker, then exploded that little girl into whatever thousands of these little parasitic worms that all share the same consciousness basically and are all basically one organism and are basically all linked to Grant. And now they're going back together, like with Grant, is what I'm taking from that. I mean, Grant is here separate from where they were just shunting a scene ago, but that's what it sounds like. Yeah, his whole design though, Grant. Yeah, it is Grant. He looks fantastic here. This is a great body horror movie. Actually, I forgot how much fun this movie is. I'm glad I this one won, and that I thought of this movie to throw this on a poll. Oh, Grant's like all emotional. This is reminiscent of my favorite Cronenberg film, also The Brood. Like the scene near the end with Smith Bagger's character starts when she shows off. I don't want to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it, but the reveal with her character in not Shivers, The Brood. Oh, she's brave, man. When she gets right up, I mean, yeah, she's going to stab him and she's tricking him, but she's like right up about to kiss him and seducing him and stuff. He is so hideous. Oh, I mean, she's brave just for getting within 10 feet of this thing, let alone almost kissing it. I do like Starla's character, though, in this. She's a very kick ass protagonist here. All right, so it says that it's been around 1 billion years. So whatever organism this is from whatever planet. Hey, Nanette. How you doing, sis? Good to see you. So this organism, apparently, wherever it's from, we saw the planet in the little flashback thing when it was trying to take over the girl, is 1 billion years old. Excuse me. That's a cool shot with all the zombie things like walking towards the house that they're in. All these practical effects look fantastic. And then the CGI layered on top of a lot of it mostly looks good. Mostly. There's some stuff here that I'm like, eh. But for the kind of like the faculty. The faculty, I think, held up and still holds up very, very well, effects wise. Similar way, too, with the practical effects mixed with the CGI. But there are like maybe a few handful of shots in the faculty also. The same with this that I think didn't age too well with the effects, but for the most part, great. Same with this. Yeah, it did. Like I said, this has been a very fun rewatch. So we're nearing the end, right? Yeah, 12 minutes left. Because this isn't a movie I've seen many times. I saw this one that came out and then maybe one other time, maybe once more than that. I'm thinking just twice I've seen this until now. And the last time I saw this maybe was 10 years ago. I mean, or more. I don't remember the last time I saw this. And I didn't remember a lot of it. And Michael Rooker's in a lot more of it than I remembered. I mean, that, I mean, well, and it's cool with all the other people that are like grafted to him and stuff. And then all the zombies that are headed towards the house that I was saying. And then she shoots him and he blows up, but it's like bad CGI fire. And all the other people that are grafted to him, they kind of have the same effect. And CGI, it doesn't look good, but it's whatever. At this point, like, and with 10 minutes left in the movie, I mean, all the effects for the most part, as I said, look great throughout this. So that gets a pass. Oh, you tune in? Everybody's sick, man. Jamie was just in here a little bit ago, and she's sick too. She says she has a cold. She feels sicker than she's felt in a long while. I'm sorry you're feeling sick. I hope you feel better soon too. I just got over a cold or whatever that was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm doing good. Just upstate with Scarlett and the family. We got up here yesterday. Well, now it's technically Sunday, so Friday we came up because it's Scarlett's birthday on the 25th. But we're gonna be up here till Thursday, so we're just gonna celebrate her birthday on Tuesday, and then heading back on Thursday. Tuesday night, we'll be doing a watch along of Tales from the Crypt Demon Night 1995. Which for some reason I confused with one of the other Tales from the Crypt anthology movies, and then threw that on the poll with other anthologies, thinking it was an anthology, and then I remembered, no, it's with the one with Billy Zane, and that it's not, it's one whole story, but it won, so that's what we're watching, and that'll be a fun rewatch too, because it's been a long while since I've seen that too, like fully, because I threw it on last year. I remember that. But it was in the background. It was like a background watch, so I didn't like fully watch it again. Every time you think of Slither, reminds you of the movie The Blob. Oh yeah, for sure. It's very, very similar to The Blob. I was saying before you came in, like it's such a fun monster flick and creature feature, and like in the best way possible. It wears its influences on its sleeve, like 100%. Like it's the Blob, it's the Thing, it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it's so many movies, Evil Dead, Night of the Living Dead, and Romero movies in general. All those influences like mashed together. Cronenberg. I mean, there's a lot of references and homages in this too. And it's cool. It ends with they killed Grant, so that kills all of them, and they just walk away from this town. All the bodies are dead on the lawn, and the credits play. That's Slither from 2006. Yeah, that was a very fun revisit there, because I definitely had a blast watching this, and maybe more so than I ever enjoyed this. I prefer the other Tales from the Crypt movie, but I can watch Demon Night. If you want to join me, Nan, then let me know. If you're feeling better, by Tuesday at 11. If you're feeling better, let me know. You can join me. Because that'll be fun, because I'm a big Tales from the Crypt series fan. I used to watch the show when they replayed it on Fox 5 at midnight. Like every weekend, I think it was, like when I was growing up, when I was like 7, 6, 7, 8, something like that. It was on, they would play the HBO replays on Fox 5 at midnight on the weekends. But then like after a while, they started playing like the full uncut ones, and they weren't cut. And that's why they played them so late. And I have been a night owl my entire life since childhood. So I would stay up and I would watch Tales from the Crypt. I used to love watching the series. And then I saw the movies over the years. I haven't seen them too many times, but I enjoy the movies too. Let me know by Monday. Yeah, let me know whenever. Just let me know how you're feeling. Actually, message me tomorrow, and just let me know how you're feeling. Make sure you're feeling a little better. Hopefully you and Jamie both start feeling better soon. And yeah, so that is Slither. And thanks everybody for hanging out. And yeah, look forward to reviews. Look forward to that watch along on Tuesday of Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, possibly with Nan. Yeah, and just a bunch of random fun stuff. And the Midnight Society, me and Pat, Clash of the Titans, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 23rd, Sunday. So that'll be a blast. So, all right, everybody, have a great night. And Nan, feel better, get some rest. And everybody else, love you. As always, thank you always for the support. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care, guys.